What's going on, and welcome to the Enlightened T Show. This is the presidential recap. I want to thank everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing. Let's get straight to it. What an eventful night it was at that debate last night. If y'all haven't seen, Harris and Trump set it off, and I'm here to tell y'all that is the most lackluster debate I have ever seen. To me, I believe both sides was just not good. I'm going to just be flat out honest. And I want to start from the jump. The people who was asking questions, the moderators, trash. First off, everybody that I see that's commenting on the subject now is going on the woman, but I don't think the woman was too bad. I think it was the guy, because he was trying to fact check everything with Trump, which I agree you should, but do it on both sides as well. And I think both of them didn't do their job well. That's just in my opinion. I think the woman was better, but the guy flat out just trash. And if y'all looked at it, y'all look up the census, there are times and everything that's been recorded of who had the most time. Of course, Trump had more time than Kamala speaking, but Kamala definitely attacked Trump more, which is surprising because it did look like that somewhat. So let's get straight to the point. Kamala Harris avoided the first question flat out. They asked her, did she believe the economy was better off today than it was 4 years ago? And she talking about her middle class and all that. Baby, we don't need to. Is this economy better? Is Bidenomics, what y'all been putting out, is better? She flat out just avoided that. Then Trump was to answer. And I say this. Kamala definitely didn't answer a lot of questions straight up. She avoided the question that she needed to avoid it. She got on his nerves, and she baited him in a lot, and Trump took the bait. Trump just can't help himself, man. He can't. Now, I know he going up against them biased moderators and her. It is 3 versus 1. But at the end of the day, you got to stay on script. And just in my opinion, I think his policies are better than hers when it comes to the economic side of it. Because all we really want to know is, how can prices go down and we have a better living situation right now? Because there are people that are literally living in their cars. There's people buying these little tiny houses. They can't even afford them. Delinquencies are up. What president can put us in a better position economically? And on top of that, how can we diffuse all these wars that is going on? The only war I feel like it should be there, because we really need Taiwan. Taiwan is very important. If y'all don't know, that's the semiconductor chips. We need them. I don't know. Y'all need to go ahead and look up that whole history of it, but we need Taiwan very bad. Now, couple things. When it came to the subject of abortion, of course, Trump botched it, as I thought he would. Now, he wasn't too terrible on it like I thought he was, but when they asked him would he veto the bill and he didn't talk to J.D. Vance about that, I was like, oh, here it go. And Kamala went in for the kill, and she shined in that moment. I'm not going to even lie. There was a couple bright spots for her, but overall performances, I think both of them was lackluster at best. Now, she keep harping on the $6,000 tax credit for people with a child when they just born. She harp on this $25,000 for people getting a new home, and she also giving $50,000 for new businesses, taxes off. And I'm here to tell y'all, even if they give you all that, can y'all sustain it? You see, you could give somebody $25,000 on a new house, but can they keep the house? Can they manage it? We're not having these conversations. If you keep giving people $25,000, they lose the house for a few years within their mortgage. You gave them the money for no reason. We need to focus on wages here. That is a huge problem. Prices on food, clothes, all of that. Now, I understand she brought up price gouging. Sound good until you really look up. A lot of these markets don't really make too much money off of the food alone, not selling it. They have to sell a lot. Now, Kroger did come out and say they did inflate their prices when it came to, I think, eggs, milk, or something like that. But overall, listen, that stuff gonna come down eventually. That's something that's going to happen. Now, two things we need to focus on, and that's capital gains. Taxes on capital gains. Now, everybody like, oh, it's only gonna hurt the people that make over 100 million. But if them people that make over 100 million hold a lot of their assets, and on top of that, take them to different countries and stuff, it's going to get bad out here because a lot of them will be holding on to the houses instead of trying to sell them. A lot of them will be repurposing their money and investing it out the country. That's going to hurt. Now, with Trump, he want to raise tariffs. I'm here to tell y'all, if he raised tariffs, things will increase. But also with it increasing, wages should be going up as well because more competition will be here, and it should bring more jobs and bring in the jobs by incentivizing these corporations to come invest back in this country, especially when it comes to the hard labor such as manufacturing. Now, y'all can take that from a grain of salt. Them are things I really wanted them to harp on, and I think either of them didn't do that. And I thought Trump would because I know his policies, but he, like I said, he botched his opportunity. If I had to give grades, I give both of them a C at best. Both. I might, if they gave Kamala the thing of, oh, get under his skin, then she did that a little bit, especially when it came to his, I don't know what it is. Trump got a thing with rally sizes, and it just get under his skin. And man, you just saw him. He was about to cook, and he just went on about the other way, man. She baited him quite a few times, but I can say she lied on a few things as well. With the Charlottesville thing, I thought he said the same thing when he was like, them are good people down there, but they left out what he said. He also said he condemned the neo-Nazis and white supremacists. I mean, it's right there on video, his whole statement. And I was like, oh, shoot, I really thought he said that. That's a point you got to take away from her because she kept saying she don't want him lying on her, especially when he said she hates Israel, which nobody don't believe that. And nobody don't believe when he was talking about abortions that anybody think killing a baby after birth. I'm like, Trump, kill it, bro. You keep doing all that. No, nobody believe in that. There's no factual. And then on top of that, we're talking about immigration, where she totally just dodged immigration, and she ain't even want to even talk about it. That's the bad part. She dodged that question so good that I almost forgot they asked her that. And part of that is because they wasn't pushing back. Of course, they wasn't fact-checked or anything. We know for a fact that she wanted to decriminalize immigration. That is a fact. And now she says she's punished people for laws like this and all that, which it might be true, but you also said this in 2019. We can't forget about it. And I'm cool with people changing their policies, like she want to change it about fracking when we know she did not want to do fracking. And then it showed because in this whole debate, she literally said that she voted on fracking, and that was something Biden wanted to do. In so many words, she kept on saying that was Biden's choice. In a lot of these actions, she was just the last vote. So she just went along with what Biden wanted. So if it's really up to her, do y'all really think she will want fracking in the state of Pennsylvania? That's very important. That's very important in the state of Pennsylvania because of gas prices. Fracking really is important in this whole presidential race. And listen, Kamala Harris, at one point, you and Biden got to stop blaming Trump for killing this bipartisan bill about the borders when y'all know y'all don't need a bipartisan deal for that. If y'all know they wanted a bipartisan deal only to loop in the funding that they wanted for Ukraine and all these other wars. They wanted all of that funding in one to make it a border deal. You don't need, like Trump said, you could go down there right now and say the border is closed. Every president had that executive order in it, and of course, she botched that. What else was talked about? Oh, how can I not forget Trump? Why on earth? You had her at the migrants. You was in your bag. And then you said there are migrants eating cats and goddamn dogs. Listen, I saw that story. Y'all know I've been all over this illegal migrant stuff, especially when it comes to them placing them in sanctuary cities. Y'all know I've been on top of that. I told y'all about Aurora, Colorado, when everybody down there was trying to say they don't know nothing about them illegal Venezuela gangs taking over that apartment. And guess what? It was in fact true. You can't listen. One thing that don't lie is video. Video and recordings don't lie. So in saying that, you don't have no proof, or even if you have proof, that might be one person. That's not all of them. And on top of that, Haitian have a bill over here that let them come over here just because of what's going on in Haiti, and it's giving them time to come over here, have them work that out. They can work over there in Springfield, Ohio, where I heard a lot of people wasn't even working like that. And I heard they brought the economy back up over there. But I think this is true. They can't drive over there. I have heard, because I know somebody that live in Springfield, it had been several accidents over there. But you talking about they eating cats and dogs, bro. Why would you even fall for that bait? And now they're going to spin the narrative of you saying this crazy rhetoric towards Haitians, and that's not what he said. But, Trump botched that. Now, I wanted to talk about a good thing that both of them did, and that's we saw both of them for what they really are. Trump, he is about him. He has to be the star. Kamala, you can tell she just been placed there. She is literally the Democrats' girl. Like, I don't believe Trump is really down with the whole Republican nation, because if y'all see, they keep throwing Project 2025 on him. He been debunked that been debunked. Now, some of his people did work on some of that was with him at one point. But he been debunked that, and if she's gonna say she never did say she was against fracking, he can say he's not with Project 2025. That's a fair assessment. But overall, I think both was just not answering questions. I don't really know Kamala Harris' policies because she didn't speak on it. And I know she ain't speak on it because she's trying to have another debate because she didn't move the needle. Like I said, I know Trump policies. They are trying to trash Trump policies, but one thing for sure, them taxes and them tariffs really saved this economy. I'm talking about in this current administration. Because if them tariffs wasn't in place, we probably would have been in worse debt. Y'all do know we was paying more taxes in the old administration than we are in this current administration of the Trump taxes. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all could go look that up. Man, listen. They even raised more tariffs on China. I just saw an article where, well, at first, the UK was talking about just putting 100% tariffs on China, but I literally just saw this right before I start going live. And right now, the UK said it needs to be a compromise. I got to look into that. But Canada are shutting China out. I reported on that in my last segment. Y'all can go click on that, set episode 9 of Enlightened ET Show. So I have a lot of conservative views. I am not a Republican, though. And I don't like how both sides be playing with emotions, but I say this Democrat definitely play with the emotions. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be real hard for me to ever vote for a Democrat. And on top of that, one thing they are not talking about is what's going on within these kids, man. Gender affirming is very, very sensitive to me, only because I do not believe kids should be talking about that type of stuff. We shouldn't be talking about is your son a girl, is your girl a boy. We should not be having them conversations, nor should it be nor should a government be telling a parent what they should do about that. Just like how women say it's their body, their choice, it should be a parent's choice, and it shouldn't be sprung on these kids. Listen, shout out to the LGBTQ community. If you grown, you can live your life, but keep them kids out of it. And it feel like Democrats want your kids for a certain agenda, man. California got gender affirming. Freaking Tim Walz was putting tampons and stuff in the boys' bathroom in freaking Minnesota. I mean, come on now, man. Come on. Can we be for real? That is not getting talked about at all. I have seen it since the Biden administration I'm talking about on television. I have seen them partying more for the LGBTQ community, especially on the front line, than I do even on Juneteenth. It seems like it's just a bigger party, which is cool. I'm cool with that. But dog, leave the kids out of it. Kids is a no. Kids should be off limits. And like I said, when it comes to these policies, y'all really got to look at these policies and see which one is going to be best for y'all. I don't care who people vote for, honestly. I just tell people to just be informed. I'm an informed voter. I know who I'm voting for. y'all gonna know the day of the election. When that's over, y'all gonna know who I voted for. But I think a lot of people got an idea who I might vote for. But at the end of the day, none of these governments, Republicans or Democrats, are going to save you at the end of the day. It's up to you to save yourself. Like I said, Democrats seem like they want you to lean on them for everything, man. And we should be trying to get out of this poverty mindset, man. We got to get out this mindset of, oh my God, this is it for you. It's so much more, man. I want more. I'm not rich at all, but I'm telling you, I want to be rich. I'm not trying to depend on the government where I don't even know how they gonna feel the next day. Man, we see people flip-flop all the time. You never know. Listen, one thing I can say, I know what I'm going to get out of Trump, no matter if I like him or not. I know what I'm getting out of him. I don't really know what I'm going to get out of Kamala Harris. I really don't. And all I could go off of, yes, this is not her. She ain't the super boss of this administration, but she always brag about being that last deciding vote. So you got to take accountability in that. So overall, yeah, it was just a lot of lying. a lot of deflecting, a lot of the terrible moderators. It's a lot of he say, she say. She's attacking him and not talk about her policies. He too worried about himself and he don't answer questions directly. Now I give Trump the benefit of the doubt, and I always give him always give him props for pulling up anywhere, even if it's at certain media outlets that don't like him, like CNN, ABC, MSNBC. He gonna pull up and talk to anybody. The NABJ, he gonna talk anywhere. So I give him that. This is the first time outside of that, if you want to call that an interview that Kamala Harris did with Tim Walz, if y'all want to call that. It wasn't a live one, but oh well. She ain't moved the needle to me. And now she says she want another debate. And I'm like this. If she truly, truly won, she would not want another debate, or at least her campaign wouldn't. So I ain't seen nobody really win this race. I mean, this debate, I ain't really see nobody win. Ain't nobody moved the needle. I seen all these liberal outlets saying, oh, she washed him. Saw the Breakfast Club saying, oh, Trump got washed. I'm like, on what? Like, what? This is why I can't stand her. And then I got Fox saying, at least they was a little honest. This is the first time I can say Fox was kind of honest, because Fox is definitely a conservative media outlet. And they was kind of honest. I saw some people saying he didn't do his best. He definitely left a lot on the table. Even liberals even said that, because he did. I thought he was gonna win this flat out, but it was a bad night for him. And even if they have a debate, I don't think it's gonna change. I think she gonna do better. I don't think Trump gonna do any better, because you can see she could just get under his skin. Like, and then on top of that, everybody talk about they didn't shake hands, or he didn't want to shake her hand. Yeah, that didn't look too good, because he did shake Hillary Clinton's hand. So y'all can take that for however y'all want to, but yeah, man, y'all got to do better. These immigrants are in more black cities than any other city. And it's like, why are y'all dumping illegal migrants in their inner city? So when Trump said they're taking black and Hispanic jobs, that's why he's saying that. He's not saying it's just the jobs that, black people can only get. He's saying that because majority of the people probably work in these cities that they're dumping these illegal migrants in. And it's so messed up, because taxes got to get raised in them cities, because all of them cities is working at a deficit. Talking about Chicago, New York, LA, freaking, what was that, San Fran? I didn't even know it was black people that live in Aurora, for real. But they dumping them, man. And it's a lot of people leaving them states, because it's real bad out there. And we're not talking about the crime neither that she tried to avoid. They're not talking about that. A lot of jobs has been lost. They added like 800 and some thousand jobs to a market, and they were never created. So now the Fed's about to cut the rates next week, I want to say. And we don't even know if it's going to be good or bad, because the jobs are literally, unemployment rate is going up. This is a fact. It's going up. And as they cut rates, they keep saying when they cut them, it's going to be more jobs being lost. You can look that up. So, and yeah, man, it wasn't a good outing. Like I said, I don't really got nobody winning it. You feel me? I give Kamala Harris credit for getting under his skin, and she followed some of the things that she was supposed to do. I give Trump some credit because he was in a hostile area, and it was a 3-against-1. And for the people that say, oh my God, he had more time to talk. The reason they gave him more time to talk is because they ain't want to fact check her or anything as well. So that's my recap of this presidential debate. I hope y'all go out and vote. And, some people already said they ain't going to vote. I mean, that's your choice. I'm going to exercise my right and I'm going to do, what my ancestors fought for. That's just me, And whoever you vote for or whatever, don't be ashamed of who you vote for. I don't care if it's Trump or it's Harris. I don't care, man. This election has shown me there is so much division between us that if you don't stand on this side of the aisle, then you can't be on this side. And it's like, bro, we have rights. I should be able to pick this candidate and you should be able to pick that candidate and we still be cool. But they up here making it seem like it's a no. So this has been some of the most toxic election time I probably ever seen. And a lot of people's emotions are tied into it. So I just can't wait for, honestly, this election to be over with, because once this election over with, we're going to see whoever in there, are they going to create a better economy? And because right now, this Bidenomics fucking suck. And I didn't vote for Joe Biden last time because I saw his policies and they suck. The only thing I probably was good was probably the CHIP Act. That's probably the only thing that was probably good. This infrastructure bill of trying to build all these EVs and stuff, and now all these freaking big 3, 4, Chrysler, Ram, GM, Chevy, all of them lost money trying to push these EVs when they know they should never push them in the first place. And now a lot of them don't even make cars now because they looking for the big margins. So take it how you want to. This is the Enlightened T channel. If you like this, please hit that like button, subscribe. I love y'all, man. Come get on this journey with me. Hey, I will be dropping more videos as time go on. Watch out for that live on Wednesday nights. That's the crazy group one where it's going to be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. We talking about current events and newsworthy things. So be on the lookout for that. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. And this was the recap. Peace.